right, go ahead.
Everybody, we are back. It is Tape Don't Lie. It is your favorite Raiders podcast, favorite Raiders channel, favorite Raiders everything. We are back. You guys already know what to do. Hit the subscribe button if it's your first time here. Subscribe. Definitely help us get those numbers up. Hit the like button if you like it. Hit the dislike button if you dislike it. Make sure you leave a comment if you like it. Leave a comment if you dislike it. I know a lot of people, love to just come leave comments and say the same thing every week. So go ahead and do that if you want to, and actually leave a comment on the stuff that we say in the video. You can do that too. All right. And also, you can follow us on Twitter at TheBarkJohn NFL, and then you can also follow BD at BDWilliams18. You can also go to manscaped.com. Make sure you guys do that. 20% off TDL. Make sure you guys keep that running, keep that going. Definitely put those posts in the comments. Make sure go check that out, and keep it moving. Also, copy a shirt. I got you right here. Look at it. Tape Don't Lie. Look at it. Tape Don't Lie. Get you a sweater. You know what I mean? Get you a sweater. You look nice and lean. If you like a medium, you know what I'm saying? I just recently got the mediums. I'm pretty happy about that. So, saying we're get the mediums. Looks like nice and slender. You know what I mean? Go ahead. There, you're right there, dog. Get your one of your Raider fans buddies a shirt. Check us out. But
it looks fresh. It looks fresh, bro. Gotta say,
it looks nice, man. All right. So we're here to review the game against the Washington football team. What I'm saying? The Raiders lost 17-15. Heartbreaking loss. A lot of people upset, showing their emotions online and stuff like that, and everybody's ready to burn somebody down, right? And I
think they have a right. They have a right to be, frustrated. Certainly, there's a lot of unfortunate, situations that have happened so far this year for the Raiders.
Yeah, for sure.
From the top down, there's a lot of weird things. Even like in the beginning of the year, like executives got fired, and remember we were talking about that. So there's a lot of weird things happened for the Raiders this year. It just wasn't their year, so it's understandable for fans to be frustrated.
100%.
Certainly, 100%. I'm getting there. Myself. So.
I'm mad frustrated, but I'm super frustrated. So I'm just,
right.
I'm frustrated too. I mean, it's just, I guess I'm just frustrated for other reasons. It's just ugly. They just look ugly. To me, they just suck. I don't know. Sometimes I watch it now. I'm like, I try to figure out how they're 6-6 at this point. So there's a lot to process there. And it's looking at like a lot of the stats and the numbers, it's kind of the same old thing, man. They can't run the ball on second down when they want to run the ball on second down. Third down, something always goes wrong. And, something always goes wrong on third downs. They don't get it. Missing holes, wrong routes, guys not finishing routes, guys, all types of stuff, so it's just ugly.
Here's something that, I've been interested in for a while. Okay. On first down, you run the ball, it's like 2nd and 6. Okay. Mm-hmm. 2nd and 5. To me, that's a shot. That's time for a shot play.
Yeah.
Okay? Like you throw a play action out there, something like that, like 2nd and 5, like that's prime position. When it's 2nd and 5 and you come out there in like 12 personnel or 22 personnel or something like that, right? And you just run the ball, okay, and you get stuffed,
mm-hmm.
You might as well have taken a shot on that play, right? Like, roll the dice a little bit here, and it doesn't have to be every time, but sometimes, please. And I was just waiting for it, and I was just like noticing every time it was like 2nd and mid, it was always a run play. It wasn't. I never saw a shot play, but I mean, correct me if I'm wrong.
Yeah, I mean, they're trying to take the approach of the new age analytical type of thought process, which is pass on first down, right? Pass on first down, get whatever yards you need to get on first down, and then you can run on 2nd and short or whatever like that. It's just not working. So they run on 2nd and short, and next thing you know, they got 3rd and down, and then, like I said, something goes wrong. Something goes wrong. Doesn't matter what the play is. Either somebody does something wrong or something. It's always something wrong on third down, basically. I don't know how else to explain it. It's just so they're taking that approach. And I don't think the approach itself is wrong. In my opinion, I don't think the throwing on first down and running on second down. I just think you just have to actually, just not follow it every single time. So if you pass on first down and you don't get some yards, you're passing on second down no matter what. I mean, that's kind of how you have to think about it. But I think a lot of it is the game plan is no matter what, we're going to pass on first down, run on second. And if we don't get it on first, we're still going to run on second. And I think that's kind of the wrong thought process. So that's kind of sometimes why they get stuck, because it's just that stubbornness, because it's like you're trying to follow something and then you got to go with the flow of the game. So if you are on first down and it's 2nd and 10, then you got to throw again. It's like, that's how you kind of look at it. If you're going to take that approach, or you got to run more on first down, which, you can't do too much of, but I still think that early rundown thing is a little fishy to me. I've been like looking into it. It's just too into the lexicon now. You can't run a first down. Yeah, I don't know about that. I don't know if that's really a thing. There's no correlation to winning with not running on first down. You just can't do it like 75% of the time like Gruden used to. It's got to be like a little bit of balance with it. Right. It's got to be some balance, because you can't be like all the way where you're like 60% pass on first down unless you like have this super powered, high powered passing offense, which the Raiders don't have right now. So they have to think about that and adjust a little bit too.
Right.
Yeah.
Okay. You want to jump into it right here? Might as well go ahead and break down the offense. All right. You jump into it. I'm gonna tweet this out. I forgot to promote this on Twitter, so go ahead.
You good. All right. Can you see it? We're good.
Yeah, go ahead. You're good.
All right. And I'm just calling this just ugly, because that's kind of, I don't know what these guys are doing. I mean, I don't know what they're doing during the week, but I just feel like every home game is just interesting. It's interesting how these home games go. All right, so here we go. First run, we got a little mid zone here, right? And I just want to show this. Stop it right here, and we're gonna circle it too. But there's a cutback right here, right? And I've been talking about this a little bit. Josh Jacobs missing holes, right? We're talking about Josh Jacobs missing holes and stuff like that. There's a cutback right away. Okay, so this is mid zone, right? It's mid zone, right? You can tell by what Colton Miller, he's not fully reaching, right? So it's mid zone, it's not outside zone, right? And then you have the cutback there, so it's right here, right? And Jacobs has to see this early. He has to see this early, because if he waits to right here, it's too late, right? And that's what he does. He waits till it's too late to hit that cutback, and he's got to read the play. That's really the main problem with him right now. He's not reading the play. He's not trusting the line, which he talked about too. He's just not trusting the line at all, right? He's got to be more patient and trust the line on these plays. This one is is frustrating. So this is what I talk about, just ugly, right? So Bryan Edwards drops his ball. We all know he dropped it, right? He has to know he dropped it. Well, what does Bryan Edwards do? Oh no, he's gonna spin the ball. First down, slowly walk back to the huddle, and then you see Derek Carr. Like, well, did you catch it? Let's go, right? Because he didn't catch it. And that's like this is small stuff. I'm pointing out a lot of small stuff. We're not talking about like the big stuff or whatever people want to see. I'm gonna point out all the small stuff. You see that? Now he's not getting back to the line. You didn't catch that damn ball. All right, here we go. Another one. I'm sorry. Another one. This is another one for Josh Jacobs. You got zone lead here. Zone lead, Josh Jacobs. You can see it, right? It's a monster. Josh Jacobs, I don't know what he's doing here. You could tell me, you guys could figure out what he's doing. I don't know. Maybe he's following the fullback. I'm not 100% sure. He only knows, but I mean, it's just one-on-one. Maybe he's scared of Jamin Davis. I don't know. I'm not going to say somebody's scared, but it's just right there. I mean, he can make Jamin Davis miss, right? I mean, you can say 55 Holcomb's going to come around there and make a play maybe, but It's still just 7 yards no matter what. It could have been like 15 or 16 or something like that. And then this one just really bothered me. So we got the peel concept here at the bottom, right? You guys just bring it back a little bit. So we got the peel concept here at the bottom, right? We got peel, post wheel right here between Renfro and Edwards, right? Post. And then we got drive. Okay, so this is peel and drive. So we got drive. So Jackson on the dig. Moreau, he's going to chip block and then go on a shallow. That's how it's supposed to happen. So let's go watch how it really happens. Let's watch it. 3rd and 3, mind you. 3rd and 3. Uh-oh. What's happening here? What is Jackson doing? Oh, he's running the cross. So then let's run it back. Let's go back a little bit. Oh, he's running the cross, and Moreau gets confused. Like, okay, I got to run the dig then. And there you go. Plays dead. It didn't even matter because there was a hold, anyways, from Alex Leatherwood on the back end. But let's just say that if there wasn't a hold, okay? Let's just say that there wasn't a hold on this play. All right, let's keep it real. If there wasn't a hold on this play, I'm going to show you because this is where Foster Moreau is supposed to go. You see where Jackson's going? Foster Moreau is probably going to go right here, right? Because he knows the play. He's probably been doing it for a while. He's going to go right here. And even if Carr is under pressure, maybe he could just toss it to him, right? But, I mean, it's a hold. It doesn't matter, right? The play's dead because Jackson runs the wrong route. And if you want to know why he got iced out of the game and didn't get hit on the crosser, there you go. I showed it to you. All right, so let's go back to this one. Okay, this is the screen. Everybody got mad at this play call, right? So we got a screen. Okay, so you have the wide receiver screen. Probably go a little more depth in the Carfax, but you can see with the way it looks, like the kind of the shade. I mean, this really is not bad. You got 3 on 3. This safety has to come all the way down, right? And even if this linebacker comes over, you still got Brian Edwards right here. So let's go ahead and watch this. Brian Edwards goes to block the same guy that Hunter Renfrow is going to block. He realizes that too late. Holcomb blows it up. Jacobs has to miss him. And then here comes McCain. Pow. This is the whole game. This is the whole game. I don't know what these guys doing during the week. I have no idea. I don't know what they're doing during the week. I don't know what's happening. I don't know if this is all awareness. This is all like details. It's crazy. It's crazy to watch. Like, that's what I'm saying. You're mad. You're frustrated. Look at this. I had to put this in a breakdown. All right, here we go. 2nd and 18 here. I'm showing this play because this is another situational football, right? Situational football, 2nd and 18, right? This is right before the half, right? Where's Josh Jacobs going? Why is he going back inside right before the half? But he can go out of bounds. I guess he gets some extra yards. Clock's still moving, right? So let's talk about this play because I know this play's super. This is what everybody's going to be talking about. They talk about how Brian Edwards threw it to the back of the end zone. I want to talk about this play, the Carfax too again. All right, but I just want you guys to watch this a little bit, right? So smash return. He's going to open up to Renfrow. Boom, open up to Renfrow, right? So he knows he has Edwards on the back post. McCain is right there, though, okay? Right? So Carr is going to throw it. He's throwing it right here because it's a post route, and you go towards the post. It's like this is basically why it's called that. But Edwards, he doesn't run towards the post. He kind of just like fake. Like you can watch. You can Marcus. You're crazy. Right? Like he's just kind of like fading instead of just running towards the post. But terrible throw, I guess. Right? Terrible throw. I tell you, this is just so frustrating for me. Am I wrong on that, BD? You tell me. Am I wrong on that? Am I wrong? You let me know. Am I wrong? Is he supposed to go? Keep going.
You sound like a real car stand right now. Okay, Marcus.
Am I wrong? Am I wrong? If you tell me if I'm wrong.
All right, let me look at it from the end zone angle here.
All right. Yeah.
20 might have also influenced the throw right there a little bit too.
Yeah, a little bit. All right, here we go. So let's talk about Hunter Renfrow. He had a really good day. Okay, Hunter Renfrow had a really good day here. Boom. This is a great play. I want to bring this play back too. Okay, let's bring this play back up a little bit too, because I want you guys to watch Zay Jones here on this one. So we got Hunter Renfrow. He's gonna do a little quick move, quick out, right? But this is like just field awareness. Okay, so yeah, it should be man. So 29 should be running with Zay Jones on the little shallow kind of fake thing he's doing, right? But he's not, Zay. He's not running with you. And like if he makes this block, this is such a bigger play. I just feel like if he just kind of just realizes what's happening. I don't know. This is what I'm saying. Like, am I crazy on some of these? That's a great play by Renfro. Let's watch Renfro again. Let's watch Renfro. Here we go. Boom. He makes a nice play, makes the guy miss. Bam. Makes plays. Yeah, I mean, Renfro came to play. Okay, he actually came to play. That was something great. I want to watch him on this route too. This is a great route. Boom. Gets in the guy's blind side. Quick comeback. Nice. And I kind of like how they added a comeback to the Yankee concept off the play action, kind of give Carr a different window, which is good. But you kind of see, how that works and how he's, running Renfro, run some good routes right there, So, I mean, he came to play, man. Runner Renfro really came to play. Here we go. Quick out. Boom. Back inside. First down. Not first down. 2nd and 1, right? 2nd and 1. You know what I'm saying? You got 2nd and 1 there for Hunter Renfro. We got this one right here. Let's check this one out right here. We got this one I really like because this is a scramble drill run, right? So we're watching Hunter Renfro in a scramble drill. So like I said, Hunter Renfro came to play. So everybody, Carr scrambling, right? See a scramble. There you go. Right to Hunter Renfro. Hunter Renfro makes the play. It's just say he came to play, man. And I like how they use some of these him vertical, right? So we saw him on the last play on the Yankee concept, and you got the seam right here. The fake screen. They're using him more vertically because I mean he literally right now is the best wide receiver, right? But then you get to this 3rd and 4th play, which I want to talk about a little bit. So I talked about Hunter Renfro and his routes a little bit. We talked about like how sometimes he kind of just does what he wants, right? And he's kind of has that freedom. And, we talked about it. We let him do whatever he wants, right? Because he's winning, right? So, but here it comes back to bite them a little bit because this is 3rd and 4, right? So you watch it right here. Carr's facing a blitz, and you see where Hunter Renfro is at. So I would just a little bit. You're gonna see a little bit of a hesitation here. You see what Hunter Renfro, and he tries to beat him again, right? He tries to create more separation, which he does. But when he does that, he fades, and then they're down. You go watch Carr. That's what happens. Just watch it. Oh man. Anyways, so yeah, that's the Raiders offense. That's it. I don't know. What's your thought, BD?
It doesn't seem like you have a fun film to watch. You're feeling like I felt last year feeling Paul Gunther. You feel my pain. You feel my pain.
I just don't know what's happening. Like this wasn't like it's a lot of things that are going on. Like I don't know what's happening over there. Like, and that's why I can't explain. I can't explain what's wrong with the offense. I think it's something that they know. They know what's wrong with them. And it's something that I could show you it. I could show you the mistakes, but it's not really the play calling because I mean, it's just some of those bad plays. I don't know. I mean, if they run it right, is it bad? Is it executing? I don't know. Is it Derek? I don't know. Are they just miscommunicating on some of those throws? And it looks worse on broadcast because it does, or that like the Hunter Renfro throw looks worse, right? Everybody it's a miss, but is it because Hunter Renfro faded there? Like we don't know. Like it's just ugly all around. That's basically what's happening. They look ugly. They don't look like they're prepared. They don't look like they are having preparation. And that's why you see Deshaun Jackson and Edwards kind of get iced out a little bit. They get iced out because they're not running routes right. They're not in the right areas where they need to be. And then, and then the quarterback is mad and he ices them out. And whether that's right or wrong, whether you feel about that, it could, that could upset you. But, Deshaun Jackson runs the wrong route. And then, he's trying to figure out what's going on. And he's mad. Why am I not getting the ball? Then,
yeah. I mean, when Gruden left, there was, and I like people were thinking, maybe this offense was being held back by some of Gruden's decision making, right?
Yeah. Uh-huh.
And sure, like you're saying, like going with kind of like what the nerds want, pass on first down, run on second down, and doing some of this kind of like analytics informed approaches,
Yeah.
and it's coming through when someone the play calling, right, or the sequences of their play calling, right. But what they've lost now is like someone who's going to be harping on these details,
Yeah.
like no offense to Greg Olson, I think Greg Olson, there was a dynamic between Olson and Gruden where it was like Gruden's like the hard ass and Olson's like kind of like, okay, trying to smooth things over and, kind of keep everything even keeled. And now they got too much of that, right? And not enough of, someone screaming about better execution, right? So like that's really what it comes down to. You're just showing me a bunch of bad discipline, bad execution. Straight up.
They
Like
don't.
the attention to details is gone. It left with Gruden.
Yeah. There's only two guys with attention to detail, and probably the other guy, it was hurt. That's probably there's three guys. There's three guys on the team that have attention to detail. It's Carr on the offense, Carr, Renfro, and Waller. And then Waller's hurt. I mean, I'll say Moreau too. I think Moreau had attention to detail. I think he's always in the spot that he needs to be. And those guys are on point, right? And it's really just those guys who are the only ones that really know what's going on. And I think a lot of it too, a little bit of it, is I think Olson's trying to put new stuff in. And I think a lot of these guys aren't studying like they need to, because I think sometimes they're trying to scheme against a defense. So like a lot of the plays were just purely scheme based against Washington, right? Yeah. Like some of the things, like I've never seen that screenplay to Jacobs. I never really seen that where he starts and he sprints out like full speed. Like usually it's after the play that he does that. More often than not, right? It's more so, but based on how Washington was playing them in the matchup, yeah, they have 5 on the line, right? You're facing a bear front, you could get somebody out there quick and you can get a quick screen, right? But if you have is like Edwards prepared? Is he grinding the playbook like that where you could stick something in brand new every single week? That's kind of where you have to look at things too. Like, yeah, you might have simplified it early, but now we're getting too complex where these guys can't figure out the details of things that they're supposed to do. So, but players like Deshaun Jackson have no excuse. Like Deshaun Jackson, you've been in the West Coast offense for years. You should know when you hear drive, you should know what to do. Like I don't have any excuses. You played with Andy Reid. You played with Sean McVay twice. I don't want to hear it. I don't want to. He has no excuse. Like they
don't run the drag. They don't run the drag right there, and then the tight end runs the dig.
They run drive is a concept that is like in like a known West Coast offense concept. They all run it. They all run drive in some type of way. Like your smash drive, there's this drive, there's that.
I'm saying those coaches though, they don't have the wide receiver run the drag and then the tight end run the 10-yard dig.
It depends. It depends. Depends on the situation. It depends. But the Raiders don't in that situation, especially if he's chipping.
Right. The Raiders don't. Yeah.
So you're right. Maybe he thought like, but come on. But that goes back to like he's just playing. He's just like he's not prepared. He's
just going out there and playing. Yeah.
Does he drive? Yeah, I know that. All right, here we go.
Yeah, right.
I run the drag. When I was with the Rams, I ran the drag.
Right. That's definitely what it was.
Like
it's like, oh, drive for sure. I got
you. Yeah. Oh, okay. I got you.
Yeah. And he was thinking he was killing it on that drag though too. He was like, I'm out. You see, he's not even looking at Derek Carr. He's like trying to get to the opposite side of the field. Like that's hilarious.
Yeah. So this is
Deshaun Jackson.
Oh, this is bad, bro. This is bad. Yeah,
I'm glad you showed also like people are asking why is Deshaun Jackson not getting more, looks? Why is Brian Edwards not getting more looks? And if you're showing them like making mistakes, it's like, okay, Carr always has done this. If wide receivers make mistakes, they don't get the ball, right?
Yeah.
Correct me if I'm wrong.
Yeah, 100%.
He's always done that, right? So there you go.
See, but the problem is like, so the other guy who doesn't make mistakes is Zay. I mean, he missed that block, but like on the routes and stuff, he's like usually where he needs to be is just, is he gonna track the ball in the air, or is he gonna is he gonna drop it? Is he like, you know, that's the main problem with this offense. It's like there's like Edwards and, you know, Jackson aren't like, they just aren't picking it up where they're like mentally like always there. You know, they're like or they're like, so it's, everything has to be on point, especially right now in December, because Washington, they're executing. You know what I mean? Like, it's not just like, it's like they're going to execute.
This is the time of year where the real, you know, actual contenders are separated from the pretenders. Okay. Playing good football into December when you have injuries, when you had to adjust to personnel or coaching changes. Okay. You know, like when you have to adjust to all that, are you still able to put together winning football? Right. You see the Patriots start out rough and you see the way that they're trending is incredible right now, right? Like this is the time to start playing good football. The Raiders are doing the opposite of that right now, right? So that's the frustrating thing to kind of watch the season just slip away at the end right there. Hopefully a miracle happens and we can celebrate and say we're wrong, and fans can be like, oh, you guys gave up. You guys aren't real fans. Like, great. That'd be awesome.
But before you get your defensive breakdown, I do want to say, I mean, because, you know, Rich Bisaccia made a crazy comment the other day about like the scoreboard or something like that. And, you know, and that's kind of how I looked while I was watching this. I'm like, are they trying to win? Or are they just trying to like get through the season? Like, are they just trying to like make it to the finish line? And then you just got like two guys trying to win actually, or in the coaches and everybody else is not really trying to get off those things. And then you hear your car comes off the Bengals game. He's going crazy, you know, talking about, I need to win. It's been 20 years and like all that stuff. And like, is it more like the culture that's there right now? Like they don't care about winning. They're just more about like, hey, are you okay? Do you need somebody to talk to? Are you all right? Are you okay? Are you handling everything all right? Are you sure you're okay? Like,
hey, be careful now, Marcus.
I know, but no, okay, all right. So yeah, but you know what I mean? Like the season is still there. They're 5-2. You can't take that approach. They have to change everything. You can't take the like, oh my God, we can't look at the scoreboard. Like they're trying to win. Like some of this team wants to win still. So if you have this approach where like, you know, like in your look at the score, the scoreboard doesn't matter. Relationships do. No, it's not high school football. In high school football, relationships matter. The scoreboard doesn't.
Yeah.
No, like
I think that, you know, Rich Bisaccia, like, you know, he's probably being realistic right now. Right?
Probably, yeah. He probably is, yeah.
And what he's trying to do is he's trying to take the sting away of, you know, seeing this season turn into flames. Mm-hmm. And not have like everyone define it when they look back on it. Like he's like a an uncle type kind of guy. Like you know, he wants to, you know, protect, you know, young people and all this stuff. He's always talking about young people and everything like that. You know, I think when they look down the road, he wants them to not worry about like what their record was. He wants them to, you know, think about like getting through it and everyone, you know, coming together and all that stuff. Like that's what he's focusing on right now.
Yeah.
But probably unintentionally, maybe intentionally communicating to the fans, like where he's like, season's over, guys.
We have been trying to win. I'm sorry, guys, but we haven't really been trying to win this whole time. We just sorry, guys.
We're trying to get through it.
we're just trying to make it. And if we win, we win. We lose, we lose. You know, we feel content that we controlled the season and we made it. It's like that.
Right.
And that's how they look. That's how they look, guys. That's how they look. So maybe defense is better. I mean, yeah, we're all happy. Love it. Everybody's excited about the defense. So.
Okay, yeah. So I mean, look, I was gonna do a defense breakdown, and then I was also compiling like all the Malcolm Koonce snaps. There was only 7 Malcolm Koonce snaps. Technically 7. One of them was on a kneel down right before halftime. So it was actually only 6 snaps, but they were all in the first half. He did not play again in the second half. But there's definitely a reason for that. And then Divine Diablo, I also put together some clips of him, like some things that he's, needs to keep on working on, and we're seeing him growing, playing
Mhm.
linebacker. So I just broke down those two players because, like Sachi said, we're not worrying about the scoreboard, guys. Okay,
Yeah, that's just
we're just
yeah.
worrying about getting better in Raider Nation. So I'm looking at these young guys who hopefully will, be building blocks for
No,
this
look at you.
team,
Yeah.
in the future, you know, kumbaya stuff.
Kumbaya. Let's make it through, guys. We
Yeah,
made
just
it.
got to make it through, right?
We made it to 8-9. We made it, guys. We made it.
All right. So let's talk about Malcolm Koonce here. Okay. He's over here. He's playing over here on the defensive left side. He's. I think that this is an interesting rep here from him. First of all, it's like a little play action. We see the little run action, okay, and the tight end blocks down on him, okay, and he's getting moved around a little too much, I would say, okay. But once he realizes that it's a pass, watch the bend, okay, the little ghost. You seen it first play, okay, the bend around that corner right there. This is the kind of player. Look at that. Swats the hand away, dips underneath it, ankle flexion in that corner. This is the kind of player. Hopefully, we see a lot more of that, for a while to come here. Malcolm Koonce. Okay. Now, here's another one. I'm pretty sure they started running the ball at this point. Okay. This is just like a little boot action. He's got to be out here, take away the quarterback bootleg. This is kind of an interesting play if we want to just talk about the schematics of it. They kind of get caught in a fire zone here. So Trayvon Moore comes down and he's reading number 2, who was this tight end. Okay. And 2 goes across the field. Okay. So Trayvon Moore comes over here, but the run ends up going the opposite way. So they're down a man in the run game here. Okay, I think another issue that this play had from the beginning was just a little slight critique for Nate Hobbs here. I think he's kind of giving it away, showing his intentions that he's actually blitzing off the edge right here, and I think it allows this wide receiver to figure it out and block him down on this run play here. And Hobbs is completely out of the run fit at this point, so I think that those things contributed to that. Malcolm Koonce on the opposite side, he just did his job. He was a bootleg player. He had nothing to do with that. It was away from him. Now, here we go. We got a pass rush here. I think that this is just kind of like a good rep to show what Malcolm Koonce is still working on, rushing off the defensive right side. Okay, so we see him here. First of all, everyone is standing up straight, okay? Even Hankins at 315, okay, got up out of his stance. Okay, look at Malcolm Koonce. He's the last defensive lineman out of his stance. Okay, so that's the strike one. And then we see here, he wasn't expecting it. This tackle comes out and jump sets him, okay? And once he gets his hands on him, it's over. Like, there's no way he's having any effect on this pass. We see him try to get in that little long arm pump move, inside finish with like the wide receiver already has the ball in his hands at that point. So, got to improve that get off and have a plan to handle those jump sets from Malcolm Koonce. So we'll keep an eye on that going forward here. Here he is on the defensive left side. Again, it's a run play, and you kind of see him here. What I like about this is that he gets doubled. Okay. And once he recognizes that he's going to get doubled, he reaches out here. Okay. And gets that hand. Okay. To make sure he's not getting, completely moved around, try to get some control over that tackle. And you see him kind of lower his weight. Okay. And just drop down a little bit. Okay. Try to, lower his center of gravity and not get pushed around. Try to anchor here a little bit. We're not seeing like super explosive, okay, super strong or anything like that. I think he's going to struggle against the run. He's going to be a situational pass rusher. He did all right. It wasn't anything special on that play. Now, here he is over here. and he's going to get a run action away. And what I love about this play is that he's fighting to stay square, but then he comes straight down the line. Okay, good hustle. This is the correct lane to take. You see him there. He's ready. Everyone else is in the defense. They're all ready to do it. Okay, great job from Malcolm Koonce right there. He's doing his job, even though he didn't make that play. And then here's the sack. Okay, he's lined up over here on this side, going up against the left tackle for the offense. Excuse me. And you see him, convert that speed to power, land that punch, and just have now advantage of taking that great get off that he had to kind of walk this guy back. And when 72 takes that little hop step back right there to plant, Malcolm Koonce does it's savvy. It's a great move where he switches his hands so that he can work his outside hand free. Okay. Open that up and get that sack on that quarterback. Great job right there. That was a really, really good looking move. Okay. I think he probably took that from Yannick Ngakoue. He's been studying. Now let's talk about Diablo. Okay. First of all, he talked about it a lot in press conferences. Taking on blocks was something that he was going to have to worry about. Here we go. It's real easy to see. He's got blue shoes on. Where's number 5, single digit linebacker here. Okay. And, what I want to show you guys with this play, okay, when we're talking about taking on blocks, watch how Diablo, instead of, collisioning this guy and striking this guy, he just kind of goes around, right? And sure, he makes the tackle. And sometimes that'll work, but it's not always going to work. Okay. And so we'll see on this play. And I chose the all 22 angle. Watch him here. Okay. Linebacker right here. He's playing weak side linebacker. Okay. And when he gets this tackle out on him, check him out. Okay. He gets taken for a walk. Okay. A full 15 yards down the field from everyone else. All right. Like, you can't always go back, back doors. Sometimes you're going to have to take on these guys with physicality. So that's something that Diablo is going to have to work on. Okay. I'm going to show you the play again, but this time watch Denzel Perryman. This is how it's supposed to look. Okay. You come downhill, you trigger. Okay. And you blow that up. Okay. That's what it's supposed to look like from Denzel Perryman right there. Okay. So let's check him out. Okay. I'm guessing after that last play, someone screamed in his face on the sideline, okay, because he came out, okay, look at him, okay, he's using his hands, detaching, getting in on tackles. Here we go. Like, that's what you have to do. You got to use that length, okay, beat these guys to the punch, and you got to look, winning with his hands, detaches, okay, gets in on that stop, on that screen play. I think that was a great play from that young linebacker. Here we go. You see him coming downhill, okay? He's going to just unload on this. I think that's the center right there. Watch number 60, Washington football team center, get folded, okay, by Malcolm Koonce. He's been backwards on the ground right there. That's how you do it. You got to play physical if you want to play linebacker. So he took a step up. We saw him improve before our eyes in the game. Great to see that, okay? Now, in pass coverage, okay, big thing is having to take care of the over route, okay, in Gus Bradley's defense, and that's the weak side linebacker's job, okay? He's going to open up on that, man, turn it, and stay underneath it, okay? And I think that, we see Diablo do a great job of that. It's obvious that he used to play DB. He's got great footwork. He's a fluid guy. He did a great job throughout the game, taking care of, that over route, 3 vertical. Here he is again. We get the 3 vertical. Okay, watch his footwork. Okay, you see how fluid he is, opening up his hips, just effortlessly running in stride with that wide receiver. Don't have a bunch of linebackers around the league necessarily who can do that on a down-to-down basis. And you see him here. We get another tricky look in goal line. Okay, watch him, blue shoes. Okay, what does he do? He gets in front of that. He reads it, can't execute that throw back right there. Got to get to a second reaction play. Okay, so he's doing a great job. Okay, now this is an interesting look here. Okay, and I want to talk about this. So this is H-back. He's in the backfield and he's going to release and sit underneath. Okay, and watch Diablo when he sees him get that insert, okay, he opens up and he's expecting an over route coming back this way, okay? Now, the only reason that's interesting is because the first touchdown that was scored on the Raiders, okay, we get this insert right here and the over route right on top of it, okay? And Corey Littleton comes and drives on this, okay, and 3 goes right over his head, right, for a touchdown. Okay, so later on in the game, there's that same play for Devon Diablo to see the 3 insert, okay, and immediately flip his hips open, expecting an over route on top of it, shows when they were carving that up and they were showing the aerial photos and everything like that, they were talking about it on the sideline. He was involved. He was paying attention. Okay, he was getting ready. Like, he didn't know Corey Littleton was going to get hurt, but he was clearly invested in the game to see that was a wrinkle that they were throwing at them. Okay, here you go. We're showing off versatility. He's going to have some man-to-man coverage. Again, on that 3 insert, you know, it's not anything crazy for him. So he showed off his versatility. I thought that this was an interesting look here. This is, I think, clearly a blown coverage on the back end. It's a 2-by-2 formation. So there's 2 receivers to the boundary, 2 receivers to the field, and then, you know, a single back right behind the wide receiver. So 2-by-2 against cover 3. What are we going to look at? Seams, right? That's what we're going to look at. We got to have a seam alert. We got to have a way to figure out how do we separate, okay, our 3 deep defenders amongst 4 verticals. And so what they always do in that situation, when they have a 2-by-2 formation, Jonathan Abram will carry 2 vertical. It's called a seam alert. Okay, that's what they always do. And for some reason, the call didn't get in. Okay, the seam goes straight down the field. I don't know if that was designed or if that's, you know, necessarily someone making a mistake. I just don't know. But I thought that was an interesting one to show you guys as well, you know, considering, you know, kind of involved Devon Diablo right there. But I'm not really sure, you know, if he was necessarily at fault there. So just going back on it, Malcolm Koonce, thought I saw some, you know, flashes of good things. You saw him kind of, you know, not be great against the run. A lot of people are saying, why wasn't Malcolm Koonce, you know, more involved in the game as the game went on? I think that if you look at kind of how Washington football team was going about it, they were running the ball a lot.
Yeah.
They probably thought, you know, hey, Clee Farrell is probably a little bit more viable against the run at this point than Koonce was, right? You know, and the Raiders were doing a solid job in the second half, stopping the run. There's a lot of great run fits. Denzel Perryman playing out of his mind, incredible football.
Yeah.
You know, so they were playing the run well, and it was certainly the emphasis for the Washington football team. Like, they wanted to out physical the Raiders defense, you know, and Raiders defense rose up to that as the game went on. Like, they rose up to that. I think it was just like, you know, missing out on some opportunities to take the ball away. We talked about it in the instant reaction. We don't need to, you know, beat a dead horse or anything like that. That you know, and at the end of the day, it could have gone out the way. One team made more plays, you know, and it just didn't happen to be the Raiders defense, but they had those chances and opportunities. So yeah. What do you think about Malcolm Koonce? I don't know if you were, you know, able to see clearly in that breakdown.
For the radio show, they're going to ask me questions about Diablo and Koonce. So I wouldn't actually watch the Raiders defense. Like, I wouldn't watch the whole game. So I thought Koonce, you know, he looks kind of like he looks in college. He's a really refined pass rusher. I mean, that's really what he is. He's a lot of moves, always has a lot of moves, has a lot of go-tos. And it doesn't say he's going to keep adding stuff, right? He's going to learn. He's definitely going to soak that up and add a lot of moves. But, you know, what a lot of those things you showed about Koonce that I always thought was interesting, like how he used to stand up a lot at Buffalo. And he kind of had like this little jump thing that he used to do, you know, to kind of get himself into pass rushing. And then coming out of that, a 3-point stance is going to be a little different for him. I think it's going to be an adjustment to learn how to get out of that stance fast.
You talked about that. You talked about his get off wasn't great, right?
Yeah, because his get off was never great. Because I mean, because he used to do like this kind of setup thing where he used to set up people and then do his moves, right? You can't do that in the NFL. I mean, unless you're like in a 3-4 or something, or he's a place outside linebacker somewhere. Like, so that's going to be his adjustment. But I think if once he learns that and he adjusts, you're going to see the pass rush talent he has, because he has natural pass rush talent. So he's going to go out there. He's going to beat somebody. Like, Charles Leno type of guy is going to get beat by Malcolm Koonce eventually. He's going to figure it out. But like, of course, like a all pro type of guy, Koonce ain't getting, past some of these all pro guys. But, like next week you got like Wiley, and then you even got a young guy, even an Orlando Brown type. I mean, I think Koonce could come in on third down or something and relieve somebody and get after the passer for sure. But yeah, that was exciting. I was excited to watch because that was my dude, man. I had him in my top 100. I had number 80 on my draft board. Everybody thought it was crazy when they took him at 80, and I was like, oh, that's right where I got him. He's right there on my draft board. So yeah, I know his potential. I know stopping the run might always be an issue with him. I don't know if that ever is going to be like a thing. Like he might be like a Ngakoue type of player, but like the run is just not his thing. But
it's going to take him a while. He's definitely the lightest defensive lineman out there. It's going to take him a while to probably bulk up enough. But I think Yannick Ngakoue has improved a lot, but it's taken him like 6 years being in the NFL, putting on 15 pounds, since he's coming to the NFL, like that is going to contribute to it. So like, that's just going to be the Malcolm Koonce plan. And until then, maybe he can be somewhat of a, pass rusher. I just think that it's kind of clear, like his plan isn't great yet. It's like hit or miss, so we got to see if he's like able to like, stack those up and have a plan for a jump set, have a plan for, vertical set, vice versa. Right. So, but I'm excited about him now. Diablo, I thought Diablo was solid, man. I thought he was all right. Honestly, like watching this year, going through every single play that the Raiders defense has. Okay. Corey Littleton has not taken on a blocker as hard as Devon Diablo was in some of those clips that I was okay. Like, so someone, lit a fire under his butt, whatever it was. And, he went out there and he started hitting hard. I love the physicality that he started playing with, but he had to ramp up to it, right? He had to work up to that. So hopefully if he plays next week, if Littleton still continues to miss time, he just hits the ground running immediately, playing with that physicality. Yeah, I thought that he looked good. It's definitely a miscue on that last one. Yeah. I'd have to like really like sit down and chart it hard to figure out like 2x2 to the boundary, like what situations are they not doing a seam alert, and figure out like why that was. So I don't know what that is, but every time there's a miscue, okay, on the backside, Abrams is involved.
I don't know, man. So these guys, but that's what I'm saying. Like, even my thought process, like the 2021 rookie class, is like they're super interesting to me because Leatherwood. Yeah, he struggled this game. I mean, we even previewed that they're going against two of the best defensive tackles in the league, and they attacked them. Jonathan Allen did this hilarious thing the whole game, which I thought was funny because I talked about John Simpson going like this. So what Jonathan Allen did? He just hugged him. He would just hug him. He wouldn't even try to put his hand inside him. He would hug him and go up, and I would put him out of position. He would just walk Carr back. He would walk him back in the car. He caused a sack on right before they got a field goal at halftime. He almost broke Carr's leg. I don't know how they got away with that. Maybe because he ran John Simpson into him. But I mean, but that's coaching too. It's coaching because just bear hug him. That's a crazy defensive line. Just bear hug him.
Right.
And lift them up. But the 2021 rookies is interesting me because I thought Morik played really well. And I watched on defense. I thought he had some good man coverage reps. I mean, even the dropped interception, I thought that was a great rep. All he had to do was finish it. And then, that was a great rep playing in man coverage. They're still max. I I feel like there's more pieces on the defensive side that if a great defensive coordinator came in here, Patrick Graham, please. If a great defensive coordinator came in here, right?
Okay.
They could put some pieces around and they could bring some good veterans in because they want, like maybe a Logan Ryan just comes or something,
Right.
and comes those guys, and then maybe they keep Casey Hayward who could run those type of systems, and they could have some, they could take a leap in a year. I think that the defensive side is way more set than the offensive side because the offensive side has to be completely rebuilt, and it doesn't matter like who the quarterback is, or it has to be rebuilt. You just can't throw a quarterback behind these type of guys. You can't. He's gonna die, especially by that line. He's not. He's gonna be scared. He's gonna be a timid quarterback, and then you're gonna be mad that he's not winning. It's because you let him get his butt kicked for a year. They can't. Those type of things you can't happen. It's all about situation. So the defense, I think, it's ready to be built. But like this is saying, if you bring in a new quarterback, you're going to be looking at like the Jags, because the Jags are the same way. Jags have a bunch of defensive pieces. Sometimes they can hold the Bills to 9 points, or 6 points, or sometimes they could hold a certain team to certain points because they have defensive pieces over there. They got Henderson. Henderson got traded though, huh? Yeah, they got traded.
Yeah.
They got Jack. They got Josh Allen. They got some other corner they got over there. I think is pretty good. I mean, Tyson Campbell from Georgia, he's good. I mean, he's probably the reason Henderson got cut. So they have a lot of pieces over there. So if they bring the right coordinator in, that can take a leap too. And I think the Raiders defense can do that. But I think there's some
intriguing talent for sure. Like Diablo, what he has, like that could be something there, but we still got to see a lot of improvement in a lot of areas for him, but certainly I think that there's some intriguing talent. Merrick is like up there. Hobbs, obviously, like what he's done this year, you can't, take anything away from him, so these guys have played well, the rookies for the most part, as well as you can expect a rookie to play, really.
Especially on the defensive side, and that's also why Hobbs has some issues with playing guarding Humphreys. Humphrey was doing him up a little bit, but you can still. I
didn't add those.
I know you did. I know you did. But
so many people think I'm a Hobbs hater. Like they're so sensitive about it.
But he has some instances. They attacked him the whole last drive, so they went after him and they put Humphreys on him, and that's something he's got to work on too. He's got to be able to, handle man coverage, and people are going to attack him, and that's going to keep happening, and that happened this week too.
If the Raiders were like on track to like make a playoff berth, I would be like, okay, when they get into the man coverage calls, take Hobbs out, put Robertson in. We've seen Robertson play some man coverage in the slot this year better than he was outside. So, I think like that would be probably like what you do.
Mm-hmm.
But since playoffs are probably like most likely out of the question, it's like what, like 2% chance, 3% chance or something like that, right?
Yeah, they've already punted the season. So
yeah, right. Right, exactly. So you just leave Hobbs in there. He's going to take his lumps of man coverage, but he's got to learn on the fly how to play man coverage in the NFL, how to win in the man coverage in the NFL. Because he can't sit in zone all game long, right? So got to see an improvement. Hopefully we see an improvement. But yeah, he was getting worked by Humphreys for sure.
Yeah.
Clemson wide receivers came to play.
Yeah.
Humphreys, Clemson. People forget.
I know Hunter Renfrow, Adam Humphreys.
Yeah.
Man.
Dabo was there. So hold on. You got time? Can we talk about?
Yeah, you got time.
Can we talk about Dabo Sweeney? Are you hearing?
Or not with where you're going with it. I don't want to talk about it.
You would hate that, right?
Oh, I would be upset.
That would be worse than what Urban Meyer is doing right now.
Like what would he even do? Like what does he do?
He doesn't do anything. He's a recruiter of like the greatest white running backs ever to play on planet Earth. Like that's what he does. Like I don't understand.
It's just what I'm saying. Like I'd rather hire Venables than hire him. If you're gonna hire somebody,
for sure.
Hire somebody, man.
I would be sick, and it would be something Mark Davis would do. And Dabo Sweeney here, he realizes his time at Clemson's coming to an end. Venables left. Like that's the secret sauce here. Like that's all Sweeney is like. his whole reputation is built on the back of Brett Venables, right?
Mhm.
I mean, and great recruiting, I guess. So he goes now talking to Mark Davis. Gruden always talked about Clemson, how he loved Clemson, right? So maybe he's trying to work that into, making Mark Davis believe that he has the, what it takes to be the Raiders head coach. I could see him trying to manipulate his way in there, honestly, because his time at Clemson is coming to an end. So, I mean, it would be unfortunate. It would be incredibly unfortunate. He's not.
The thing is that is like the most realistic scenario that could actually happen, and that's why I'm more frustrated about it because
that would be really unfortunate.
Because I want to know what quarterback he would draft. Who would Dabo's Speedy pick?
Yeah. And for the record, we're talking about Dabo Swinney from the Clemson head coach, who was on the sidelines during the Raiders game. Probably a little slightly distracting.
Yeah, I mean, because who's like the hot head coach? I mean, are any of the hot head coaches even doing anything this year? Like Brian DeBall, he's not doing anything. What is he doing? They're 7-5.
Yes, their offense is trash. Like he's gone. No
they're
way.
doing the same thing they do the Raiders. We'll just play too high. Go ahead and check it down and see what you
Right.
Go down the field, Bills. Josh Allen's like, he's running around. And, it's just basically,
Yeah, right.
The Chiefs have adjusted. Patrick Mahomes has turned into 2003 Tom Brady, so he's decided I'm going to be a elite game manager and just ride this defense to the Super Bowl. He's not even trying to throw deep anymore. he's just like, we had the ball off sometimes, get to the center, take some shotgun snaps, just don't turn the ball over. The team's like going to score like 10 points. So as long as I don't turn the ball over, as long as I don't lose the game, I'm going to the Super Bowl because if I have to win the game, I'm going to do it. So he's turned into Tom Brady. And then, I don't know. I don't know if hot coaches are even out there. I mean, are you going to take Bieniemy after the way the offense looks this year?
Something's up with Bieniemy. Like someone knows something about him or something like that. That's why he's never going to get.
He's got some domestic violence stuff. So
he must have something like that.
But
preventing him. So Bieniemy, like if he would have had a job, he would have had one by now, right? So Bieniemy, like I don't know what the deal is with him. Just take him off the table. I mean, I'm trying to think like who is a hot head coaching candidate right now.
I don't know, man. I don't know. I mean, this was saying like who I mean, they were hot when the Raiders originally lost Gruden. There's a whole bunch of hot guys, right? Like all those guys are hot, but like Joe Brady got fired, right? So just think about the system. Joe Brady got fired. The Bills, I mean, are being led by their defense. Their defense is the reason why they're winning games. The Bills, because their defense is really good. So I mean, do you hire the defensive coordinator? I don't know.
But Leslie Frazier already had a shot, didn't he?
Huh? Yeah.
Leslie Frazier already had a shot with like
you hire Leslie. I don't know. I don't think you know. Do you hire Leslie? That's kind of weird.
Right. He might not even want to be a head coach, honestly, at this point. I don't know if he's interviewing for the head coaching spots, but I mean, like, he has a great defense. Great defense. Like, Leslie Frazier. Love watching those defense. But yeah, I mean, we could probably save a lot of head coach speculation, everything like that for future episodes.
Yeah. So trade for Sean Payton.
Yeah.
2 first-round picks.
Sean Payton. Okay, there we go. Yeah, trade. A trade. I like it. All right, Raider Nation, we appreciate everyone for tuning in to the Tape Down Live Raiders Film Channel. We, did a little review show of the Washington football team heartbreaking loss, 17-15. So yeah, make sure you get back there. If you just joined the stream right now, you can rewind. You can watch both of our breakdowns on the show. Also, make sure you hit up Manscaped, enter promo code TDL for 20% off plus free shipping on all of their products. Holiday season this year, so make sure you get something special in your life. Also, make sure you follow us on Twitter. Myself at BD Williams 18, Marcus at the